when you take all of this together, unlicensed providers using sketchy products to perform risky procedures, you can wind up with a case like what happened to an influencer named Bia Amma, who went to a med spa that she thought was legitimate for B12 shots and was upsold into getting fat-dissolving injections. And I'll let her pick up the story from there. And I'll warn you, if you're squeamish, this will make you squeam.
Within 24 hours, I started having these incredible shakes and my body was going through these hot flashes. And all of a sudden, my skin just starts hurting and these welts just start growing throughout my skin.
Look what she says happened. Dozens of skin lesions erupting across her body, each representing a point where she says she got a needle injection. She was diagnosed with Mycobacterium abscessus, a drug-resistant bacterial infection that can cause painful skin lesions.
Holy shit! She went in for B12 shots and came out with what looks like an Old Testament plague. She was in the hospital for 4 months, went through numerous surgeries and was on intensive antibiotic treatment. She ultimately learned that the mystery substance that had been injected into her had been bought off, guess where? Alibaba. And while she pursued a lawsuit, she says it hit a dead end because the practitioner had no license to take, no malpractice insurance to cover it, and no real assets to speak of. And while that story was extreme, the lack of accountability is honestly not that surprising. If you're injured at an unlicensed med spa, there's often little to no recourse unless law enforcement takes an interest in your case. And I know that some might say Bia Amma shouldn't have taken that risk in the first place. In fact, victims of this kind of thing are often unwilling to speak publicly about what happened to them because they're too ashamed. But she has a pretty good response to anyone who tries to judge those who've been harmed in this way.
Whenever they share after the fact, then they start getting blamed for, oh, you didn't need to do that. And it's like, okay, stop. Let's stop it right there, because the girl who has the good boob job right next door, you're going to be like, oh man, those are some nice tits. But God forbid she go through mycobacterium and lose one of her breasts. And then you're going to say, oh my God, you shouldn't have been so vain and gotten boob implants.
Right. It's okay to want these procedures. It's also okay not to want them. And it is not acceptable to bombard a stranger with unsolicited comments or shaming about their body, unless, that is, they host a late-night talk show that posts their episodes to YouTube, at which point that person is basically asking for comments like, get a spray tan, Pillsbury dough dweeb. This rickety bitch looks Victorian ill. And this guy has the face of someone who'd be turned into a humidifier in the Beauty and the Beast castle. It's always nice hearing from the fans.